As I said just a moment ago, if things aren't really clicking for you, if things aren't really making a whole lot of sense, I think things will really start coming together for you in just a short period of time. Just bear with me here. So what I want to do in this exercise is I want to test to make sure that our three media queries are indeed functioning. So earlier on, we tested our external style sheet to make sure that he was connecting up properly, which he was, which is great. So now we want to take the testing one step further and make sure that our three media queries are indeed functioning. Now, I'm going to set this up in a very simple way. The test that we're going to run is going to be really, really straightforward. Up towards the top of the external style sheet, we have that background, the background color of blue being set for the body. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to select all of that code from the opening B in body all the way across to the closing curly bracket, the closing squiggly bracket, and I'm going to cut that, okay? And if you have a couple of extra lines of space, you can get rid of that as well, okay? Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find each media query's set of curly brackets or pair of curly brackets, and I'm going to paste that background into the media query itself. Okay, like so. So here's the test that I'm going to run. If the device is running a resolution of 480 pixels or lower, then I want the background color of the body of my HTML page to appear in blue. Okay, that's what I've set up here. If the device that is viewing the HTML file is running a minimum width of 481 pixels, then I want the background color of the body to be, let's say, green. How's that? And I want that green background color to be applied for all of the devices that are running 480 pixels or lower, unless they're running a resolution of 1024 or higher. Okay, are you still with me? Okay, so I'm going to change his background color to, let's say, red. Now, one other thing that I want to change here, I realized earlier on I made a minor typo. I typed in mid-width rather than min-width, M-I-N. Okay, so my mistake there. So this is a very, very simple test, as you can see, to make sure that the three media queries are indeed functioning correctly. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save up my external style sheet. I'm going to flip back over to my browser and I'm going to refresh. I'm just going to hit Control or Command R on my keyboard to refresh. Okay. Now, just so you know what's happening here, the resolution that I'm currently running on my computer is 1024 pixels in width by 768 pixels in height. So there I'm getting the red background coming through, which is great. Now, how the heck am I going to test the other devices? Well, I guess I could plug my tablet into my laptop and, test it that way, or maybe upload all of this to a live web server and then pull out my smartphone, something like that. Definitely, I could try that. Or what we can do for the sake of time and for the sake of simplicity is we can simply resize our browser window. As soon as I grab my browser window and start to resize them, the background color changes from red to green, because now the overall width of my browser window is less than 1024 pixels. Okay, great. So that is functioning for me. I know that my high resolution media query and my medium resolution media query are working, which is great. Okay, I'm going to continue scaling this guy down all the way down until I see blue. There's the breakpoint going from 480 pixels to 481 pixels. So from the low resolution to the medium resolution, and of course medium resolution to high resolution, right? So there you go. There's a really easy way to go about testing your three media queries, okay? Now, if you wouldn't mind, I'd prefer doing something a little bit more interesting than just changing the background color. Obviously, what we want to do here is we want to set it up so that we have our three designs that we've been working so hard on. We want to actually have them apply depending on the dimensions of the device that are being used to view the layout. Okay, so this is a kind of a down and dirty way, a simple way that we can go about changing our device, changing or flipping between our media queries. In the real world, this works beautifully. This works really, really well. I've done this myself quite a number of times. The other thing that I wanted to mention, though, is that I do indeed want to eventually get my design loaded onto a live web server, and I'm going to pull out my smartphone, I'm going to pull out a tablet and go to the live site itself to see it behaving on an actual device. Okay, so keep that in the back of your mind as well. So if I flip back over to my external style sheet, the 3 media queries are functioning beautifully, which is great. Now I have a couple of techniques that I want to bounce off you for simplifying the external style sheet even further to help you keep track of exactly what's going on.